What up, YouTube tribe? Happy Thursday. I am back bringing more money messages using the Money and Law of Attraction cards, Esther and Jerry Hicks, Teachings of Abraham. I'd like to welcome my returning listeners and my new listeners. I appreciate you guys being here, taking time out of your day to receive these money messages with me. Again, these messages are timeless, so whenever you see them, hear them, receive them is when you are meant to receive them, when it's meant for you to have them at that time. Um, Happy holidays, everybody. I was out today and I'm noticing, everybody's more joyous this time of year. And granted, we should be joyous every day of the year, but you know what Christmas does to people. Um, we won't even get into that. what, what Christmas is for everybody. It has its own meaning. Everybody celebrates it the way they celebrate it. It means different things for different people. But I was out today at the mall, and everybody was just bopping around, happy, 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 and I was like, "This is nice. People should be like this all the time. It shouldn't just be a holiday to bring it out of us." But I'm grateful, and I appreciated experiencing such happy people today because that's not an everyday thing. Yeah, you just don't encounter happy people every day. But for the most part, everybody was really just joyous and I was really appreciative to see that. How's your guys' day? I know everybody's doing wonderfully collectively. I know everybody's doing wonderfully, but if you're not, leave it in the comments. Let's talk about it. Other than that, let's get to these money messages. For my new viewers, I have been pulling these cards since November 20th. I think that's the day I started. And the deck is almost done. It's a 60 card deck. The cards that have been pulled are separated using the introduction card, and I'm only doing some readings, or some not readings, but some videos I was doing two, three, maybe four cards, whatever fell out. But since the end of the year is nearing, I'm only doing one card. So this remaining deck only has one card for each remaining day of the new year. I will try to not have it glare like that. I noticed that as I'm looking down on the camera. If I angle it a certain way, I notice it gets every light. And we don't want that. I've noticed that in the other videos too. So, um, I'll read the introduction card. I don't do it all the time, but I'm feeling jolly today, so let's do it. Dear friends, while money is not absolutely essential to your experience, to most people, money and freedom are synonymous. And since an intense awareness of your right to be free is at the very core of that which you are, it follows, therefore, that your relationship with money is one of the most important subjects of your life experience. And so, it is no wonder that you have such strong feelings about the subject of money. It is our expectation that as you ponder these cards every day, a new point of attraction will begin to be activated within you, bringing not only more money into your experience, but evidence of your absolute freedom as well. Our love, Esther and Jerry. And that's our point. That's what we want to do. That's what I'm here to do. Share the messages of these cards, because we're all on different journeys in life, but wherever you are in your journey, um, nowadays money just seems to be the focal point for most things. So that's what prompted me to share these messages. But my intent is for a new point of attention to be activated within you. That's my intent, and that's my intent for myself as well. But this is why I'm sharing the messages with you all, so that you guys can have a new point of attention activated within your life, because on this journey we're just constantly learning. We're always learning, we're always picking up knowledge to implement new things, wherever we see fit in our lives. So I felt like, okay, there are people out here who need these messages. They need to hear the good word about money, not to hear always, "Oh, I don't have enough," or "It never comes to me," or some people just complain, 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 and we all have it in us. Don't get me wrong, but my intent is for these messages to help you to see money in a different light. Not only what you don't have, but what's coming towards you, what's possible for you. That's my intent for this. Like, for you to just open up your eyes, open up your mind, body, soul, and just receive what these cards are saying. Because they say really good things about money. I've noticed so many just different ways to look at life and money and different circumstances in life. Like everything ain't bad. Sometimes we want to think of things, if it doesn't work out our way, we want to think of it as bad, but everything ain't like that all the time. So it's really given me a new perspective on things, not just money, but my freedom, my abundance, my appreciation, more of where I'm pointing my attention to. So that's my intent for you all as well. Let's shuffle these 6 cards. I'm just kidding. Like, it's probably 13 of them if I don't remember, but I didn't count them. But there's not many, and I usually just take whatever pops out, or if nothing comes about, I will just pick one from the top or the bottom. There we go. There's one. Card 13. 1 and 3 is 4. And I just said there's 13 cards in this deck, and then 13 pops out, and I don't even know how many cards are in the deck, to be honest, because I didn't count them and I wasn't keeping up with the days. But now I'm curious. I'm so curious. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So there's 14 days left in the month. Okay. My bad. Got to make sure. Oh, you know what? And then when a couple videos prior to this, I had the days all mixed up. I'm like, there's 19 more days in a month, and I'm gonna pull 2 cards, and it didn't work out like that. So I had to shuffle this deck again and let one pop out, and I put it here. It was actually card 7. Okay, but y'all get the gist of it. I just had to count the cards to see if there were 13 more cards, but it should have told me, because today is, what is today? The 18th. So yeah, that should have told me. I could have just calculated the days up. But anyways, I did it how I did it. But it's funny, I said I'm gonna shuffle these 13 cards and then 13 pops out. Let me get off of that. Anyways, 1 and 3 is 4. So you may be born the 4th day of the month, the 4th month of the year. 4 may resonate with you as a lucky number. 13 may be your life path number. 4 may be your life path number, however it resonates. What do I want and why do I want it? Good question. Do we really know? Do you really sit down and, like, what do I want and why do I want it? Do you, like, if it's money, why do you want it? For the freedom? Are you going to help other people? Are you going to help yourself? Because if you don't help yourself, you can't help nobody else. You got to be good to yourself. You guys remember that. You got to be good to yourself. And sometimes we have to be selfish with ourselves, because nobody's going to take care of you like you. Nobody knows you like you. So you have to really, your innermost being. You know what makes you tick. You know what you desire. So we got to care for self first. When you acknowledge what you do not want and then ask yourself, what is it that I do want? You begin a gradual shift into the telling of your new story and into a much improved point of attraction. You get the essence of what you think about, whether you want it or not, because the law of attraction is unerringly consistent. Therefore, you are never only telling the story of how it is now, you are also telling the future experience that you are creating right now. So we have to definitely be mindful of what we mention always, because the card says you're never only telling the story of how it is now, you're also telling the future experience that you are creating now. So if you're telling a story and it's not great and it's kind of drag ass and it's negative, 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 and then if you wonder why negative experiences keep happening, it's because you're talking about something and you keep reliving it. And then when you're talking about it, you're vibrating it. So that vibration is sent to the universe, telling the universe, I want more of this. Give me more of this. This is my main focal point. So give me more of this. Unerringly. You don't know, you don't realize it. But ultimately that is what you're doing. So we have to be mindful of what we mention when we're talking, because we're not just telling what's happening now. We're telling what's happening for the future. We're setting the tone for what's going to come what's going to happen in the coming days, months, years, hours, minutes, whatever it is. We're setting the tone for that. So even if you have to judge it up a little bit, if you have to tell the story of, I went to the mailbox today. The day started off, man. or the day could have started off beautifully abundant. And I went to the mailbox and I got some checks that I wasn't even expecting. I got a check from a 401k that I had many years ago that I forgot about, or my IRA, whatever it is, or the credit card company. I remember a couple years ago, it was last year, that last December. I had a credit card and I had closed that account, and they had sent me a check for $800, and I had paid it off before I had closed it out. And I'm like, I know that they didn't owe me this, but the universe said they did. So you think I argued it? Absolutely not. $819 was that check. So, you just have to tell the story of the way you want things to be. And that's what this journey is. I swear, because the cards say the same thing, the LOA teachers say the same thing. Tell the story the way you would like it to be. How do you start your mornings? Are you just getting on the phone? Or are you gently awoken with birds chirping, sunlight peeping through your blinds or your curtains? And you're laying next to your partner and they're gently awoken. And you guys are greeting each other with hugs and kisses or whatever it is. Are you meditating when you get up? Are you taking the time to just be grateful for the day, be thankful and appreciative for this moment and all the beautiful, wonderful moments that are going to come out throughout the day, through all the beautiful moments that are going to come greet you throughout the day? Are you giving thanks for that? Are you just saying thank you that I was able to breathe all night? I didn't even know I was breathing all night. When you sleep, you're in another realm. You're in another consciousness. Thank you that I came back to this consciousness healthy. Are you giving thanks for that? Are you giving thanks that your children breathed and were healthy and comfortable all night? That your spouse was healthy and comfortable all night? Your parents, your siblings were healthy and comfortable all night? There's so much to give thanks for. And I'm not saying you have to go down the whole list every single morning, but before you grab your phone or you think about something that happened the prior day, or you make up a bullshit scenario about what you think is going to happen bad for you today, give thanks. Show some appreciation. Give appreciation for what ain't even happened yet. Give appreciation for finding money. I was just out walking and I found three $100 bills. Give thanks for stuff that you want to happen. It don't even have to have happened, but I would like it to happen. I was walking and I was on the walking trail within my community, and there was a lot of people walking, and there was a bag on the ground, and I kicked the bag and the money just came all out the bag. Tell the story the way you want it. Tell the ease of life. Don't tell the grudgingly hard parts of life. Tell the ease of it. Tell the ease of life, because life is supposed to be so easy. Tell how you met with your friends today for lunch and you were able to pay for it. Tell that part of the story. Tell how you went Christmas shopping for your family and you were able to get everybody something. Tell those parts of the stories, or tell how you have more than enough money to prepare Christmas dinner for your entire family. They don't got to go house hopping. Everybody can just come to one spot and eat and be merry in peace. Tell those stories. Tell the story of, if you're working a 9 to 5, how work is just going so incredibly great, better than you can even imagine. You weren't even expecting this, but work is just going absolutely wonderful. Tell that story. Tell the story of how your car is running beautifully in the heat, in the rain, in the snow. Your car is running effortlessly. Tell that part of the story. Tell the part of the story where you had 10 cents left to your name. Scan your lottery ticket and bam, you got $30. It may not be much to some people, but hey, when you ain't got nothing, 30 is more than enough. To be grateful for stuff like that. There have been moments in my life in the past, like when I first started my journey, I remember not having no money. Okay, I paid the bills, I bought food, and there was times where I'm like, oh my God, I have like 12 cents in my account. And then bam, something will happen healthily. Money will just show up healthily, happily, and rapidly. That's how I like my money to show up: healthily, happily, and rapidly. Tell the story of how money shows up for you the way you desire money to show up, not the way that people feel like it should show up from working a job or begging or whatever it is. Tell the ease of life. You have to tell the ease of life. And then let's get on. I got off so off subject. My apologies. The card is, what do you want and why do you want it? Think about it, what it is that you want. And have you written out why you wanted it? Or have you just went over it in your mind? Well, I want it because I want to do this. I want to buy my mama a house. I want to buy my mama a car. I want to make sure my family is financially set. I want to buy property for the generations to come. I want to buy land and businesses. What do you want and why do you want it? Because a lot of times we want money, and a lot of us who are wise, we don't just want it for the here and now. We want it for lineages. We want it for what people call generational wealth. I want my kids to have and not to struggle. I want to teach my children. I want money so I can have the time freedom to teach my children how to run the businesses effectively, efficiently, properly, not micromanaging people. So you have a team that sticks around and they have good morale because you treat them right, not because they're just another number, and they're not just showing up for a paycheck. They really love what they do. They love the family business. They're part of the family business. And it doesn't have to be grinding hard or anything like that. You may manage properties. You may have a business where you give to different, you donate to different schools or shelters, or, maybe families who are transitioning and are in need of things. Families who have been living in shelters and they're transitioning to their own apartment or home, and they may need pots and pans and laundry soap, and they may need sheets and blankets and pillowcases and pillows. You may have a business that does that. How are you being of service? What do you want and how are you using it to be of service is my question. I know the card says, what do you want and why do you want it? And it's the same thing to me. What do you want and how are you being of service with it? How are you being obedient with your blessing? Are you paying it forward? Are you making it a point to pay it forward a couple times a week or every time that you go out? People don't shop every day, but some people shop every week. So are you paying it forward every week because you can? If you manifested money in abundance, in excess, are you giving from your excess? And I'm not just saying handing it out to every Joe Schmo you see on the corner begging, but are you paying it forward to people? Are you in the grocery store paying it forward? Are you in the drive through paying it forward? Where are you paying it forward to? What do you want and why do you want it? Think about that. And I've written that down so many times. It changes. And it's okay for it to change. I remember when I first wrote it, it don't look jack squat like what I write now because my attention has shifted. My reality has shifted. I think differently. I'm more mindful and I'm more focused on myself. I used to be like, I'm gonna give, 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 give. And granted, yeah, I am gonna give. But what am I gonna do for myself? And I'm not talking about money, clothes, and jewelry. What am I doing for myself? How am I making sure that this money is making money? How am I doing that? Because that's important as well. You want your money to make money so, you can possibly just live off of the interest of it and you can build from there. And even if the interest ain't a lot, okay, you can still take the interest, live off that, and then live off of what you have. But what are you doing for yourself? How are you keeping yourself healthy? Are you working out more? Are you eating healthier? Are you taking the time to meditate, visualize, journal because you have the time freedom, because you have the money freedom? What is it that you guys truly want for yourselves? We have to think about that because you have to know that you can never give from an empty cup. And I said it yesterday, motherfuckers will try to empty your cup if you allow it. But like I said, this journey, the experiences on this journey are preparing us so that we're able to maintain our blessings. We're able to maintain when people come around and they're trying to drain us mentally, physically, emotionally, monetarily. We're able to maintain, we're able to cut those things off, cut them short. If you're not going to cut it off, cut it short and keep it pushing. We're able to maintain our state of being no matter what happens, because we know who we are. We know the power that we have within us. I know the power and possibility of the God in me, so there's nothing that's going to shake me. Are you on that frequency? So that you can get your manifestation healthily, happily, and rapidly. Whatever journey, whatever point you are in your journey, everybody wants to manifest. Everybody wants some sort of freedom. Are you ready for it? And if you are ready for it, how do you know you're ready for it? Are you mentally ready for it? Have you been on your journey years? So my apologies that you're prepared for it. You know what to look out for. You take you take inspired action, and you let yourself be divinely guided so that you're not going down the wrong paths. You're not dealing with the wrong kind of people. You're dealing with like-minded people. I told my friend this the other day. I'm like, I want to deal with people that I don't have to explain shit to, because it's exhausting. When people aren't on the same wavelength as you, everything is why. Why you want to do that? They question everything you do. So if you have people like that around you, chew with your mouth closed. You eating good. You eating. Chew with your mouth closed. Everybody don't need to know everything, because I don't have the bandwidth to explain to you why my God consciousness is the way it is. I'm still working out the shit. I'm still learning it. So all I can do is tell you tap in with yours, because I'm tapped in with mine. I can't just go over the whys of stuff, because in my mind, it's like, why does it matter? I'm never that deep in someone else's business to where I'm like, why? Why? Everything. Why? Why he do that? Why he say that? Why he do that? Why is it like that? I don't I don't care. Tell me what you want to tell me, and we can have a great productive conversation about it. Sometimes we're gonna debate about it, but I'm never gonna question someone to the bone detail of why for their life. That's your life. If it's working for you, let it work out for you. I'm never gonna question, well, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? If I ask why, because I see you made a good move, and I'm like, damn, why you do that? I might ask you one or two whys, and my next question is how. I want to know, how you move in. So, hey, I could implement some of that stuff into my life. If I see something that's working for you, yeah, I'll try and see if it works for me. Everything don't work for everybody, and I get it. But we all use tips and tricks and techniques and methods, and we put our own twist on them to make it work for us. So, again, I don't want to deal with folks that I have to explain things to. I just don't. Like, I like being around like-minded people, because they're not going to be like, why? They're going to be like, damn, that's dope. You tapped in with your God consciousness, and you took inspired action, and this is the result of it, and it's beautiful. That's what I'm looking for. That's the results that we're getting. That's the people that I like being around. And you should too, but you build up to that. I didn't start off like that. In the beginning of my journey, I still had old friends, and they weren't going where I'm going. So, yeah, people get left behind, and it is what it is. You can't carry everything from the past, or from that reality of thinking. When you shift, you can't carry the old into the new. Not everything is going to fit. So you have to learn to let some things go. That's just the way of life. It sucks sometimes too, but that's just the way it is. You guys see Money joined us today so beautifully with our elephants. Money just sat there so calm and patient. And yeah, I'm like, we doing money messages. Money needs to show up in these messages. It's Libra Finesse here. Thank you all for taking time out to share with sharing me with these money messages. I couldn't even get that out. My apologies. It's late. It was not late here, but I'm like, I'm ready to lay down. It's been a busy day, but I appreciate everyone being here with me today. I will tap in with you all tomorrow. Tomorrow's Fat Wallet Friday. Every day is a Fat Wallet day. That's how we on this channel, Manifesting Money. Every day is a Fat Wallet day. Don't forget that. I'll tap in with you all later.